Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear audience, I'm Arina Sofia from UIN 1 Tulungagung. Today I would like to present my paper. The title is Communication Strategies Performed in English Lingua Franca Context and Their Contribution Towards Student Engagement. Learning language is learning to communicate in spoken and written form. Speaking skill becomes one of the important elements in learning second language. However, learning speaking can be difficult due to a lack of linguistic resource. The students may encounter problems in communicating ideas and thus it ends on a communication block. Moreover, learning speaking is often considered to be more difficult than learning other skills. Some factors affecting the process in learning speaking includes age, motivation, environment, and cognition. Young learners learn the pronunciation better because their organ of speech is still flexible, but they have limited concentration span, which affects the process of acquiring fluency and others of speaking. Adult learners, on the other hand, have better achievement on knowledge and fluency, but less in accuracy. Motivation also contributes to the development of speaking skill, since motivation can drive the learners to good path in learning or vice versa. Supportive environment is clearly contributive as it offers good atmosphere for learning. The same is also true with cognition. Due to the many factors contributing to the process, the possibility of the existence of communication block among the speakers or interlocutors is high. Misunderstanding and misleading often happens, especially when the interlocutors do share the same first language. To overcome the communication block, the speakers use communication strategy. The term communication strategy is defined as verbal and nonverbal efforts to compensate any breakdown in communication due to a lack of linguistic capabilities. From the native speaker side, he usually makes some adjustments to ease the communications with a non-native speaker. The NS, or the native speaker, will slower the rate of speech to provide the NNS, or the non-native speakers, time to digest the message. In other words, there is a high use of foreigner talk that is indicated by the use of slow speech rate. Cass and Salinger contend that the NS usually makes some modification in the area of pronunciation, grammar, and lexicon. The pattern of communication in the context of English as lingua franca happens when all the speakers use English, but they do not share the same first language. This fact raises another problem for the speakers, of course. However, such situation often causes unique pattern of learning and the communication still happens. Yeah, as we know, there are several types of communication strategies, and generally they are classified into three types. The first type is avoidance strategies. The sub-strategies are message abandonment and topic avoidance. The second type, achievement, it covers several strategies, including circumlocution, approximation, use of all-purpose words, word coinage, use of non-linguistic means, literal translation, foreignizing, code switching, and appear for help. And then the third type is stalling or time-gaining strategies. It includes the use of fillers or hesitation devices. The present research is inspired by the increasing fact of the use of English as lingua franca in Indonesian universities. Along with the globalization, the number of the students increases and they come from various countries in the world. The communication is done mostly in English. The differences occur mostly in terms of pronunciation and are interesting to be investigated. The research questions are: 1. How do the students perform the communication strategies? 2. To what extent do the communication strategies help to foster the students' engagement? The present research is narrative research design with qualitative procedures. The purpose is to describe the lives of individuals, collect and tell stories about these individuals' lives, and write narratives about their experiences in using communication strategies and how the communication strategies contribute to the student engagement. And then the subject of the research are four students from Indonesia, Zambia, Egypt, and Nepal in English Department of UIN 1 Tulungagung, East Java, Indonesia. The finding shows that the type of communication strategies used by the students include one, avoidance and reduction strategies. The two sub-strategies can be found here are message abandonment and topic avoidance. The second type of strategies is achievement or compensatory strategies. Only sub-strategies can be found here, including making repetition and increasing the intonation, and then appeal for help and all-purpose word. And then the last is the third time, stalling or time-killing strategies. The strategies is the most favorite one. All the subjects or even all the students prefer to use time-killing strategies because it does not require the knowledge of the language. The communication strategies which were performed by the subject had contribution to their engagement in the classroom communication. The subject can gain self-confidence to speak in the classes because they already know how to maintain good communication even though their interlocutors came from different countries and different first languages. Communication strategies can push the student to be active because there is a sort of choice in using strategies to express ideas. In other words, it increases the participation. Another contribution of communication strategies is to improve student engagement is that it increases the students' self-esteem because the students, in this context, the subject of the study, feel safe amidst their friends due to the selections of strategies to make the meaning clear. It can be concluded that the students who have better language proficiency use more strategies than those who have lower proficiency. To perform various communication strategies, it requires better language proficiency. Since language proficiency can be taught, communication strategies can also be taught. At least it can be introduced to the students at the lower level of education that to negotiate meaning there are some ways, so the students should not be afraid of making experiment of second language.